Godfrey, you better keep foundational black Americans' names out your mouth, man. You came into our country, you came in here in America, and you came here on a visa. You wasn't supposed to stay here permanently. Your ass got deported. Now you got all this stuff to say about America. You ain't our spokesman. You don't speak for us, and you not from Chicago. If you was from Chicago, they would have never deported you. So stop making it seem like you are our spokesperson or you represent black people, man. Talk about Africa or all them countries on your podcast, man. Stop worrying about what's going on over here. You don't even live here no more. A lot of them Jamaicans and West Indians, they don't even look at themselves as black. You came over here and exploited our culture, and now you had to go, and now you still trying to do this culture vulture type stuff. Even when you was on Vlad TV, they was using you to create controversial topics. That's all Vlad used you for. And then when that stuff came out against Farrakhan, he stood with Farrakhan and all of them, but you don't stand with black people all around the board because you're doing a divide and conquer game. By promoting all that West Indian stuff over us. They love trying to do that. Come over here and acting like this y'all permanent stay. You want to hear temporary visa? That means temporary. That don't mean forever. Y'all been getting too comfortable over here, and then they start acting like they're a part of the system where they can just do stuff to us, and it's all good. And man, y'all ain't getting away with none of that stuff. They come over here and start being all political and stuff like that. They want to have their own political candidates and stuff. Man, y'all can go back to y'all country with all that stuff, man. For real. Y'all didn't even fight for y'all country. You want to come over here and dictate stuff? Man, you could go back to your country and build it up or do something. This ain't our country either. But we was here first before anybody. Um, During slavery. Ain't no other groups of people was here. You got people saying, "Oh, my family was free." Your family wasn't free because when in the 1860s or around that time, they still had slaves. You had people that was slaves in the 1970s and stuff like that. Some people just got out of slavery in 1970. In the North, it probably ended a little more, but in the South, it was going on heavy. There wasn't no West Indian, Jamaican people over here fighting and making a name for the oppressed people. You had Nat Turner. That's all I can remember. That was revolting. Africans that like well, people that came from Africa that they brought here. Had Africans selling Africans into slavery. Same thing going on today. Them Africans that get over here and think they down with white supremacy and work against every black person that they get taught, trained. You train a dog, y'all getting trained how to do evil and be wicked. See, it's like people could talk history, but when it comes to America and foundational black Americans, man, y'all can't say nothing. Y'all all left y'all countries, came over here. Y'all didn't leave as slaves. Y'all came over here when America started accepting people. Remember that. Y'all didn't come over here. You have no foundation here like in the 1700s. You can't trace your family back before the slave laws. Y'all came here after when things was safe. Y'all didn't fight through nothing. All these immigrants and West Indians and Caribbeans and Haitians and Jamaicans, y'all left y'all countries to come over here because y'all wanted freedom, a better life. We never left here. We've been fighting the whole time. That's the difference. Y'all don't get no respect. Y'all left y'all country. If you were so strong and powerful, why didn't you stay in Jamaica? Why didn't you stay in Haiti and fight over there? You still got an opportunity, but y'all want to stay over here and leech off of us. And Godfrey, you ain't nothing but a immigrant, man. You wasn't supposed to belong in our country that long. They took you out and you crying and you mad. That's what's the real problem. You mad you got deported. It ain't even about you thinking you can be a leader for us. Your visa ran out. You was only here on a temporary stay. And that's another reason why a lot of these other nations, the black people that you think is our people, they have secret hate for us. They know we can't get deported. Even the Africans and stuff like that, they come here, they talk all that Pan-African stuff all they want. Deep down in their heart, they know they hate us. Because we connected to this land. The history ties us. History proof when y'all was getting colonized by the white man over in y'all country, y'all said let's escape and come over here for a better life. And we already was fighting wars and going through oppression. It wasn't safe over here like they told y'all. The only reason why a lot of these other nations came over here, because the white man told y'all to come over here and fight against us. That's the facts. They didn't want y'all to just come over here and take all the benefits from them. Take their jobs from them. Show me one white man, show me one Caribbean Donald Trump put in office and let him get a high position. One Caribbean, Jamaican, West Indian that he hired. White man don't want you feeling like you hired in him. He only hire black people. Why would he hire Caribbean? He will use black people and play with their emotions to fight against the West Indians and Jamaicans and the Caribbeans. He won't give you no position of leadership, though. But that's the divide and conquer. We're going to bring all these people over here from their country, and we're going to use them to fight against the black people, make them feel like they're more entitled than the black people that have been here fighting for forever. As soon as they took us here from Africa and took us off the slave ships, we've been fighting and resisting. We can't go back to Africa because they said that we from here. Y'all motherfuckers start coming here after the 1800s, after the 1900s, and start talking about your entitlement and what you want and all this stuff. Man, y'all can go back home. This ain't y'all land. This ain't y'all country. Go back to your homeland. This is what the Jubilee is about. All nations gonna have to go back to their homeland. The Europeans too. The Europeans ain't no, we was Americans before Europeans. Black people was Americans before Europeans. Go do your history. Go look into the definition of American. So it wasn't no such thing as no freedmen and all these people that say, yeah, we was freedmen. My family was freedmen. You wasn't no free nothing. If you was a free man, you was a slave. You was a slave owner, because the only people was free was the slave masters back then. A lot of people talk that stuff and say, yeah, my family was never slaves. We was free men and we kings and queens and stuff like that. Man, show us the history. Show us the history. Even if they gave y'all families jobs that worked in the government, you wasn't free. You ain't create. They ain't create nothing for black people. Why you think the Freedmen's Bureau ain't open up yet? Why it's still shut down? That's dealing with the land. Freedmen's Bureau and abandoned lands. They never gave us true freedom. We never received no true justice. And you can realize that right now about what's going on in the world. You bring a bunch of illegal immigrants in the country and say international law. Now, what happened to the laws that give us back our land and all that stuff? Why are you bringing all these people into the country? Y'all forgot about that? They think they could dictate the future. They can control how people think and all of that. We didn't forget about the Freedmen's Bureau because we still not free. We didn't forget about the 1724, the black clothes that y'all was making right here in America, in the United States, and on our land. But you let all these immigrants come in here and talking about some first-time home loans and all this stuff. You still got slave Bibles up in the White House, and you talking about some first-time homeowners for illegal immigrants. This ain't got nothing to do with Democrats and Republicans. It's good versus evil. We cannot go to no country without no passport and get all the benefits and all of the stuff that the people from the citizens from that country be struggling and trying to get, and they can't even they can barely get it. We can't go to Jamaica and get all the benefits, get government subsidized housing and all this. They building up shelters for us in Jamaica with taxpayers' dollars. Where the fuck can we go do this at? Y'all try to make it look like it's all showing love to your neighbor. It ain't no showing no love to your neighbor. Y'all didn't correct slavery. Joe Biden just started apologizing like last year, a few years ago, about what happened to the Native Americans. Why you think HUD is giving a big grant to the Native American tribe? I think it was the, I forgot what tribe it was. But they gave a big grant. You never seen HUD give grant money to the Native American tribe because they got reservations. I don't know which tribe it is, but it's one of them. They's trying to correct the wrongs that Joe Biden just apologized for a few years back. So Native Americans was here. But all these other nations that come here and get all this support, man, that's only going to bring judgment on y'all because we've been oppressed. We never got treated equal or fair. They still to this day. People think that they can get away with oppressing us. They think their whole life is based on trying to tear down a black man. That's what people think. They've been trained and taught this. When they go to the military, they treat them about racism in the military. They don't let the black people get the highest honor, still to this day. Can y'all get the Medal of Honor? Or, I mean, you only get the cross, right? So this stuff started all the way back in the 1900s, 1930s, the 40s, whenever the military started, they was doing this stuff. And we have black people that was fighting in multiple wars. You know what I'm saying? So they was fighting in multiple wars. They came back from combat and started finding out that they was worse than the people that never fought in the war. They got treated worse. And that gave them a lot of trauma, and they had anger. And they couldn't find nowhere better place to direct that anger but right at the power structures that was used to oppress black people. The system, the court system, the judicial system, the Ku Klux Klan, and all of these other networks that work with these people of white supremacy. So that's the military black men that came from war. They stood up for the people and they fought against the Ku Klux Klan. And you read about the black deacons, the deacons, they ran the Ku Klux Klan out of neighborhoods. When nobody would stand up, the police would turn the other way and act like they don't know what's happening when houses are getting burned down. They burning down churches and stuff like that. And this is still like, this is the reason why Dylan Roof can go shoot up a church and kill a whole bunch of people and the police take him out to go get Burger King. Because he shot up a bunch of black people. If it was a white church, they probably would have shot him down before they arrested him. Yeah, if he killed a bunch of white people, they probably shot him down. And he was a black man on top of that, yeah. Look, all right, look at it like this. Dylan Roof killed like a lot of people in that church. They were black people, and when the police came, they brought him to Burger King. When the DC sniper was going around sniping all them people, did they catch him? Did they catch him and bring him to Burger King, or did they kill him and then whatever happened? I think they killed that dude. What about the dude Bin Laden? Or the dude from Iran that they said was a terrorist? Did they catch him, take him to Burger King over there in Iran? Why did they do the same thing that they did to Tim McVeigh? Why did Donald Trump say that they killed that man? Make it make sense. I thought y'all was compassionate. You know what I'm saying? I thought y'all was compassionate. This ain't happening in our country. You supposed to show more compassion when you're going out in other people's countries. You ain't supposed to be going there doing terrorist stuff, killing their leaders. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did that to the same stuff they did to the people in Iran. Iran said they gonna avenge this. They said they want revenge. The same stuff y'all did to the people in Iran is what y'all did to black people in the 1960s when y'all killed Malcolm X in 1965, setting up the COINTELPRO, using the Nation of Islam as a puppet to start a war with the UV Bossy. What's up, man? So, the system is corrupted, man, and it needs a reconstruction, because this stuff ain't gonna never end until God bring Christ's kingdom here on earth and it reign and all of the evil is destroyed. That's when this stuff is gonna change. But right now, the wicked is going to get more wicked, and the righteous are going to thirst and hunger for righteousness more. That's what's going to happen. And the numbers on the wicked side is always going to be bigger. You might got 50 million or 100 million versus only 2 million. It's only like maybe 2 million people that strive for righteousness. It's hundreds of millions of people that wake up and don't have no problem with evil and wickedness because they think that's the way how you gotta survive. We gotta get it how we live, and all the sayings that they teach you in the rap music. I blame the rap music, the entertainment, the sports, all of the sports. All of this stuff is a distraction. The news, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's all a distraction, keeping you farther away from the will of God and his laws. The words say, keep my commandments and live. The world say, if you go to the army and you take an oath to kill innocent babies, then you'll have a good life when you get out because they pay you money and you'll never have to pay full price for anything because you get a military discount. That's what the world say. Why don't you go to the army after school? They trying to send a child that a child mind don't fully develop to 25 years old. So you trying to tell a child that's still a baby, a minor at that. Some of these children be 18 years old. They don't even be 21 years old. And you trying to send them off into the military. You talking about, yeah, the best thing for you to do is sign up, go to the Navy or go work for the Coast Guard or, go and join the military, be in the Marines and go to the Air Force and stuff like that. That's what they tell these children whose mind is not fully developed. Y'all are child abusers and child molesters. Because why would you force a child and make it seem like this is something good about taking an oath to kill people? What's so good about the military? Nigga, you could have joined Boy Scouts. You could have joined Boy Scouts. You could have went and started a community organization, LLC, and took college courses how to do business management and made a whole bunch of businesses in the community. But you're gonna go to be a criminal in the military. They're gonna train you how to kill people, make you wake up all early in the morning and boss you around. And if your body might give out, God might make your body not even work for certain. And they talking about, no, you gotta wake up every day this time. Man, if God shut down their body, they won't even be able to wake up and tell you what to do. And I'm sure that happened a lot of times. So like, you ain't promised tomorrow. And this stuff that they push on people, it's not making you a man. They try to teach you to be tough. Why they don't have boxing matches in the military? Why they only teach them to use guns? Why they don't know how to fight? Why they make y'all do all this Olympic stuff, jumping off and man, y'all never save nobody. So many people drown every year. It's all these people in the military. They don't be saving nobody. All these retired people, everybody. Y'all don't be saving people. Took y'all almost 2 days to find Nolan Wells. So many people drown in the river, y'all don't even find them. You can't beat no alligator anyway. You see what happened to the crocodile hunter? He did all that wrestling with them alligators and got bit from a snake bite and died. He didn't have the armor of God. He thought he would go around wrestling with God's creatures. God put the animals here before the people. He created animals before he created us. So animals are more sacred to God than people, according to the creation order. That's why a lot of people have strong connections to animals. People that keep horses, they'll tell you a lot about them horses. Or people that study birds or wild foxes or tigers and bears and all type of animals. They can, you know, sit there and go in a cage with a tiger. Some people. It's this little there's one dude on TikTok. He got all these tigers. He be going in there giving them like certain type of lollipops and all type of stuff. It seemed like they be shooting them tigers up, making them not want to be aggressive. But man, a tiger is a tiger. It can flip out on you at any moment. You can shoot them up all you want. It's like what we are seeing is the last days being revealed right in front of your eyes. The love of many is wax cold. Men shall be lovers of themselves. People turning away from the laws of Christ. This is what we see. These last days. Men shall be lovers of themselves more than lovers of God. So black people, foundational black Americans, are the only ones who fought wars consistently with white people in this country. Nobody else fought against white supremacy more than black people in America. Not no Jamaicans, not no Haitians. Remember, they all left their countries to come to the United States and try to make a better life for themselves. They didn't stay and fight. We didn't leave and go to no other country and say, well, we're going to go here because we can't fight. It's too bad. We ain't have no choice, most of us. We had to stay. See, some of y'all can get out y'all countries and come here. Some people in America, there's so many people that got felonies, that's on parole and probation. They can't go out the United States. Even if you get unemployment, they tell you you can't go out the state. You can't leave the United States. Some people probably still do, but so it's certain things where you can't even leave America. But y'all can escape y'all countries, come here, start a new life. It's easy for y'all because you say you seeking asylum. Or you can got people in different countries, they might can go to England. Like a lot of Muslims, they can go to England and say they seeking asylum. They taking over England right now, the whole UK. They trying to change laws and everything. And that's what just happened just now. Before Trump got in office, they were bringing a lot of different countries over here and saying, well, if y'all seeking asylum or if you just want to get away from your country, you can come here. And they were giving them all different type of benefits to come. And Trump said that he wanted to stop that, and he gonna start deporting people when he got in. And now they stopped, they slowed down. They went to the war in Iran. They ran out of money. Trump, they let all them ships sit up over in there in Hormuz because they didn't have no more money to shoot the missiles. So they got the money, and then he kept going back to war. That's why he kept talking about a peace deal and saying, well, he said it like 50,000 times. He was doing all that to be deceptive. That's why I said they can't even tell us the truth. So the news, they're going to keep reporting the same thing, but you got to have discernment to know what's going on. They was trying to get money to get more missiles so they can go back and shoot at them people in Iran. That's what they was doing. They ran out of money. It cost trillions of dollars for them to keep getting these missiles and interceptors and going in there and shooting. So he was talking about a peace agreement, and he kept saying it like that's why he kept saying the same thing. People thinking, man, this dude is going crazy in his head. Something wrong with him. He wake up there every day and send a tweet talking about if they don't accept this deal, you know what I'm saying? He's saying the same thing. We thinking about a peace agreement. We having final talks today. This is our last chance. Because if we don't do this peace agreement, we're going to come back and do another one. So it was sounding like, what the fuck is you talking about? So while they was doing that the whole time, they stopped deporting because they needed a lot of people to go over there and help with the war. So they stopped doing a lot of deportations. But now they starting to pick back up. They going for specific groups of people. They want people that came over here on work visas and been staying here for a long time. That's why Godfrey got deported. Godfrey, you trying to make a mockery of our people. And on your podcast, 1 in 54, you not from Chicago, man. Stop going up there talking all that stuff, talking about our culture and our history. You don't relate to us. You don't got nothing to do with our history. You're not from Chicago. You went to private school. You wasn't outside. He went from private school and went home. He say he from Chicago so he can get more people to come out to his comedy shows to sell more tickets. I'm from the most black city in America. Man, you ain't from Chicago. You was in the house, man. And your career was nobody even never checked for you as a comedian. You don't got no star acting roles or none of that. You're not in no big scenes with nothing. No music videos. You ain't do nothing the whole time. You mad because you got deported and trying to take it out on our country and make our people look bad. Godfrey is canceled, y'all. We not supporting him. We not watching. We not doing nothing with you no more. You might. I ain't even gonna say it, but you canceled. And look, I used to be one of them type of dudes that disagree with Tariq Nasheed because we all come from different beliefs and different doctrines that we believe in, right? Maybe different religions or something, but I no longer come on the internet and try to prove him wrong or go against him or say the things why I think he's wrong. I just support him with what he's fighting for. That's all. All the differences that ain't got nothing to do with what he say his goal and intention is for black people to get reparations. How can I fight against that? You got a lot of agents that be online. They work with them people in Washington D.C. They lobbyists and all type of stuff. Man, them would be the type of dudes trying to support Godfrey. They work for the United Nations and stuff like that. They want to have all these relations with these different foreign countries and they want to be diplomats. Them dudes like the Hebrew Israelite dude, Bishop Nathaniel. I'm not trying to start no controversy. I'm just telling y'all, man, he a hypocrite, man. That's why none of them Hebrew camps don't want to have no conversation with me about how they not keeping no commandments. They wear fringes with jeans, military type of fatigue pants, and call themselves officers and captains and stuff. That's not in the New Testament. They call themselves Israel United in Christ, but got names like commissioners and captains and all type of stuff. Man, y'all sound like a government commissioner and man, they use names from like deacon and the elders, and they would use them names. It's like somebody that using the apocrypha with the regular scriptures at the same time. I'm the son of Maccabees. Man, you better get up out of here, man. That's what they be doing. You got groups, you got Hebrew camps that say we the Maccabees and all type of stuff. Man, them dudes going to hell. I'm telling y'all, Christ and ain't never quote none of that stuff. That's not in the New Testament or the Old. You reading a different doctrine. Second Esdras and Maccabees and all that stuff. Hezekiah be quoting that stuff too. I don't really be trying to call him out on public, on live like that too much, because I love the brother, I love his music and stuff, but he's wrong, and he be speaking Paleo Hebrew. Them brothers ain't no Paleo Hebrew, brother. That's more like Yiddish. The Moses and them ain't speak no Paleo Hebrew. They spoke original Hebrew. You still got the white man teaching. They be thinking they speaking Hebrew. Y'all not even speaking real Hebrew. A lot of y'all. If you speaking Paleo, you thinking it was written on stones. That got translated. They ain't take that from the ancient text. That's not original. You talking about yeah, it was on stones. Man, they wrote that. The fake Jews wrote that stuff. The ones y'all claim y'all against. And that's why a lot of Africans is getting slaughtered right now and genocided in Nigeria and Sudan because they got camp names and all these different tribes that they want to claim. They don't just claim, oh, we all African. They don't claim that. Even watching like back in the movies, you had that dude Shaka Zulu and all them dudes. That was a tribe, the Zulu tribe. You got the Igbos and the Nairobis and all these different tribes, right? So Yorubas and all these. So you have Muslim Africans, Christian Africans, and they started going to war with each other. And they were taught by some fake ass Arabs, man. They was all taught this stuff. How they was brainwashed by the fake ass Arab Muslim Arabs. So they've been fighting against each other ever since they got this Muslim teaching from these Muslim Arabs in Africa. And the white man just seen all this stuff, came in and started conquering the land. Ain't nobody coming there with no Bible and take y'all land. Y'all was already fighting when them Arabs came in and deceived y'all and was telling y'all that y'all got to fight against y'all brothers and sisters. That's what really happened in Africa. Anybody tell you anything, don't listen to Dr. Umar and all them dudes. They don't know what they talking about. I love Dr. Umar, but I disagree with a lot of these Pan-Africanists and all these dudes that be speaking that history, that stuff that they go into different countries and start talking about black people history. They tell you, yeah, we was kings and queens and we ruled the world. No, we didn't. That was one small group of black people. And they was putting their own people in slavery too. Like a lot of y'all be praising Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Y'all don't know that Elijah Muhammad dad owned slaves. He had a farm. He had a slave land in Georgia. Go look it up. Well, he was calling himself Elijah Poole before he was Elijah Muhammad. See, y'all don't even know the history. And they was teaching the people Freemasonry. Y'all ain't no brotherhood, man. Y'all ain't got no Nation of Islam community centers or nothing. Just a mosque. That's it. Religious people. I seen y'all making videos going into the New York City and the Brooklyn and Harlem and 19 Keys and all of that, but y'all don't build nothing. You got these brothers telling you their dreams and everything that they need that will be good for the community, but y'all don't invest none of that money y'all get from the government in really building any infrastructure in the community. But Farrakhan make videos every month calling out Trump and calling out the government. And man, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves to have a 1,000,000-man march and sell out all our people and make it look like y'all was really fighting for black people and it was a Freemasonic ritual. Farrakhan joined the Freemasons, y'all. We got pictures of Farrakhan with the Masonic medallion and all that. Go on my Instagram. Go on my Instagram, and Brother Devon Music. You're gonna see the pictures with Farrakhan, with all his Freemason medallions and all that. But I don't like on the internet and go fighting and going back and forth. But I don't stand with them dudes. I stand with Malcolm X. Yeah, I don't stand with them. I stand with what Malcolm X was on and the Black Panthers and all the other groups, but not like a lot of these other movements. I don't like. I can work with y'all, but I don't believe in nothing you believe in. So you can't tell me nothing about no history. I don't want to hear nothing what your leaders taught you. Elijah Muhammad was a pedophile. See, so that when you start speaking the facts, and then I could tell you about Prophet Muhammad too, but I ain't gonna go too deep. Prophet Muhammad was doing the same thing as Epstein, man. But when you start going real deep, they don't want to. They like, man, they gonna try to come at you. And these people work with they work with the government, man. They work for Washington, D.C. They work for Rome. Yeah, you paying your allegiance to some queen pedophiles out there in England acting like they kings and queens. They took the dude out of Chicago and told him he was the new pope. Man, you was just in Chicago. You ain't no pope, man. There's no substitutes in between man and Christ, remember? It's one, matter of fact, between man and God, but Christ. Excuse me, I said that wrong. There's only one mediator between God and man, The man Christ Jesus. Not Jesus, Yeshua, excuse me. I done said the Greek God name. The Greek name. Jesus is a Greek God. It's not even a real person. No man walked this earth named Jesus. The man y'all call Jesus Christ, his real name is Yeshua. So when the brothers in the Bible like Peter and Paul and Paul didn't get a chance to actually physically meet Christ, but he met him through like a divine revelation. It was a supernatural experience that Paul got on the road to Damascus when he got his sight back. But none of them called him Jesus. They called him Yeshua. Yahshua. Yahushua. Many people pronounce it different ways. Some people might say Yahweh Shah, but this is the original name. They wasn't speaking Greek when they said the prophecy of Mary to when Gabriel the angel, the archangel prophesied to Mary and said, you shall have a child and he shall save his people from his sins and they shall call his name. They didn't say Jesus because they wasn't speaking English. They said Yahshua. They wasn't speaking Greek. Why would angel Gabriel speak Greek to Yahshua's mother, Mary, the Virgin Mary, right? If Mary didn't even speak Greek, she wasn't no Greek woman, right? So when they tell you, well, call on the name Jesus and all this stuff, man, you calling on the wrong name. Man, you tell these fake Christians like MTM Isaiah and all these dudes, that's why people is running up on your baby, touching your baby on his son and grabbing him on his arms and stuff like that, because you calling on the wrong name and ain't got no power for real. You think you getting power from on high, from heaven. Isaiah, you're not walking in authority. You try to call them Hebrew Israelite brothers out for when they was preaching out there, taking all they flyers and stuff. That's not the love of Christ. You can't do you can't turn one hair on your head white or black. But you think you can predict other brothers what they preaching. If anything, you were supposed to try to come together. But when you're young, you gotta grow and learn. So it's better to try to figure out where we can agree instead of keep disagreeing and going on and on. Because that ain't gonna edify or help nobody. It's gonna create more confusion. If we can find out where we agree at, we can work together. That's what white people do to us. They said we can agree that we don't like black people, so they all work together against us. They even use other people, races, and nations of people. like I was saying, y'all, nobody got a bigger history fighting white supremacy, the Ku Klux Klan, and black people. The only people that defeated the Ku Klux Klan and the government first in the history in our country was black deacons. The deacons, they was down in the deep south, and the Ku Klux Klan kept burning up black people houses and burning churches and doing all type of stuff, getting away with it. These brothers came together, and they were military veterans, retired military veterans, came together and started defending the people and defending the community. They didn't go out starting violence, but it was self-defense. So every time they burned a house or tried to do something, they met them with the same violence instantly. And they got that word, and they found out that they wasn't gonna be able to just keep doing this stuff, getting away with it. So they started to leave people alone in that area, and it was I think it was maybe more than one city. It was just probably a couple different states though. But you could look into the history of the deacons. Yeah, they formed like some of the first like movements, like before the civil rights movement. They formed like some of the first movements because they forced the FBI and the government to go out and start making laws against the Ku Klux Klan and stuff like that. Because before the deacons, we never had no laws to protect us when the Ku Klux Klan had come and be violent and burn up our houses and burn up churches and whatever places we worship in. We never had no laws to protect us. So these deacons that you never heard about in history is the first people that started fighting for their rights, and they were like the government was forced to start making certain laws and doing certain things because they was like these men was like real soldiers of God. They were sent to just protect people, and just like if you, it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like they were keeping the law, like the real law of the Bible. If you shoot somebody, they shooting you right back. But they wasn't shooting people to kill them though. They were shooting people in the legs and stuff. So they was real militant. They've been to two different wars. So they fought in two different wars. They was retired veterans. It wasn't just no people off the streets or nothing like that. It's a little documentary about them on YouTube. That's how I found out about it. It's this one channel that be document all the history, certain stuff that happened to like black doctors, how they try to throw out all their files, and the first black doctor, and all different type of things. So they don't write about this stuff in history. They tell you about Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, because they can control those narratives. Because that came out with the NAACP. The NAACP was owned by the Ashkenazis, the crypto Khazarians. They're not going to tell you about the deacons. They're not going to tell you about the Black Panthers. They might talk about Martin Luther King. They're not going to tell you too much about Malcolm X. They don't even teach people about the COINTELPRO. Yeah, they don't tell you about the COINTELPRO. How they use little agents, even like these police, City of Poughkeepsie police, that just drove by the park Friday, July 10th, 12:09 p.m. They just drove through here and just left. But they do that because they feel comfortable when it ain't nobody around. If it was more people out here, they probably wouldn't even have did that. And I just seen them when I was going in the dispensary up the street, and I recorded because what I be feeling most of the time is they be stalking and harassing and monitoring people, and I feel like they try to do that against me. So for my safety, to expose everything, I'm always recording. Even when I went to Wendy's the other day, there was a town of Poughkeepsie police parked in the front, and then as soon as I pull in, they start pulling out. So they be acting like they making movements to come at you and stuff like that. If y'all don't sit y'all ass back, I bind and rebuke every evil spirit attached to every police department in Dutchess County, New York State, and any surrounding county that want to be corrupt and evil, and let the judgment of God come on y'all. If the next time we have a thunderstorm, a tree will fall on your house if it be the Lord's will, or fall on your car when you get in it in the morning. God will fight for his people. Yeah, the Most High said, I will destroy the wicked. He said, vengeance belongeth to me. They keep trying to do things in a revengeful type of spirit. Something they feel like they got to get revenge for or something. You don't do this to any other person. Start complaining against them. Get them investigated. Maybe something will change. Take their badge number and expose them. You want to talk? What's your name? Let me get your badge. You got the ID card? You ain't got one? We about to get you in trouble then. You should have an ID card. I think it's in their code book. Get y'all corrupt ass from out of here. Y'all wasn't around when somebody hit the fucking back of my car. Y'all made sure y'all ain't come around when that white boy ran right into the fucking back of my car. Cause I could have got paid. I could have got probably $20,000 just for him hitting the back of my car. He gave me $500. All praise to the Most High. But if the police would have came and I would have did a report, I would have got like 20,000. I could have called one of them insurance companies that you always see the commercials on. Yo, even if it been 2 years and you got in an accident, and you can still get a big amount. I could have called one of them. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? It make people life easier to just. If you want to give me the money and I can pick it a bumper from the junkyard and put it on, it's easier for everybody. I don't want to make your life harder. My life would be a little harder because even though you don't, it's not your fault. Your insurance will still go up sometimes, depending on the type of insurance you got. So you only get like one, like no fault accident, like to that on certain insurance companies if you have it. After that, it'll go up. Some of them don't have no fault accident prevention or something like that. Every time I go get Lucy's and go to certain stores, they always around. I guess it could be a good thing though, but nah, I feel like stalking, monitoring someone's movements. Yeah, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent, believe the good news. The Most High coming to bring judgment on the wicked, on all nations. There's going to be more earthquakes, more volcanoes, more tornadoes, depending on where you live at. Might be a tsunami. He's cleansing the earth. Whenever God want to cleanse the earth, he do something drastic. A hurricane, a flood, rain, fire from heaven. Remember with the days of Noah, Sodom and Gomorrah? Open up the ground and swallow people up under the ground like Korah. Remember Korah and his family or something like that? Yeah. I gotta floss my teeth. There's probably something stuck in here. I'm gonna try to get into this word, y'all. I gotta go on TikTok though. So if y'all want, y'all can go over there. Catch y'all over there. Brother Devon Music on TikTok. If y'all got it, go over there and check me out.